what type of upgradation F-16 fleet, which is over last more than 40 years, is with Pakistan? What kind of upgradation these fighter jets need?
We are getting some operational upgrade.
Operational upgrade, which is extremely important.
The statement, you may have read the US State Department.
Exactly.
Statement. It says that the data link.
Data link 6.
Data link. We buying about 92 sets of data link. Now, data link we have on the fleet. So, you know, the application of data link that we saw in the recent conflict with India, it is all data link war. Because of Bunyan and Marshal, our success of our air power employment strategy has actually punctured this Indo-Pacific strategy. Because the Americans have been made to think we've been investing on somebody who's not worth it.
We have multiple fighter aircrafts. You have been associated for more than 40 years with this Pakistan Air Force. Then JF Thunder 17 and J-10C and Mirage and whatnot. So why we are still relying on F-16 despite these all latest version of Thunder 17 and then J-10C?
Replacement of an aircraft in this age is not easy. Look at the Indian Air Force. Indian Air Force was a 43 squadron Air Force. It has gone down to 29. Kaise? Because they don't have replacement of aircraft.
How you see this restructuring of 3 armed forces of Pakistan and this integration under Defense Forces headquarters?
I hope all the decisions are sensible, keeping in mind the ground reality. Ground reality is it's a time for a stronger air power. So therefore, the independence of the services should not suffer.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hello and welcome to program Insight in V News English. Dear viewers, after a long time, US administration has approved $686 million program to upgrade Pakistan's F-16 fighter jets. Under this ambitious program, the amount will be used mainly for 2 purposes: for technical cooperation to Pakistani fighter jets F-16, which are originally United States made, and second, spare parts will also be provided. And under spare parts, there is again details of technical categories, in which category, what type of programs, technical equipment, and these all things will be used. It may be recalled that over the last 20 years, Pakistan has been engaged in war against terrorism, and these F-16s have been used extensively in war against terrorism, in formally travel areas, and overall, whenever Pakistan has been confronting with security issues at the borders. To discuss this, that what impact this fresh deal from between United States and Pakistan will have an impact on our F-16 fighter jets, how it will upgrade, how long these upgradation will be sustainable for these fighter jets, and related issues. We are fortunate to have with us former very senior Pakistan Air Force officer, Air Marshal retired Farhat Hussain Khan, who has been closely associated with various fighter jets, plans, projections, manufacturing, and so many things. And we are fortunate to have in our studios, Air Marshal Saab, very warm welcome to our program. And this is indeed a welcome news after a long time that United States administration has approved this ambitious program for Pakistan, and quite huge amount, $686 million, mainly technical support and providing spare part. I would like to begin conversation that what type of upgradation F-16 fleet, which is over last more than 40 years, is with Pakistan. What kind of upgradation these fighter jets need?
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Mateen, thank you very much for
always pleasure to have you with us.
And it's always a pleasure to be here. As far as your question about the US decision to extend this aid to our F-16 fleet, it has various aspects of the entire thing. Our relationship on the F-16 side with the United States is about as old as 1980s. So it's about now 40 years.
Almost 40 years.
40 years. So over the 40 years, what have we been doing in this relationship? First of all, we had a fleet of about 40 aircraft that we purchased back in 81, 82.
48.
48 aircraft. 40.
Full operational 40.
That's 80s, early 80s.
80s. 40 aircrafts.
40 aircraft. Then in 88, if you recall, we placed an order for another 70, but it got politicized because of this amendments and all that you talk. That's
due to political reasons.
After that, we got the second batch in 2006. That is the Block 52.
Exactly.
The first procurement was Block 5/15, upgraded.
First one was
Block 5 and converted software waste onto Block 15S. Block 15 was the basic aircraft that we got. This number was 40.
And the latest was Block 52.
Then we got Block 52, 18 aircraft.
18 aircrafts.
Okay, now in between what has been happening to the fleet? In between we had an agreement with the government to supply us 80 aircraft, but it got cancelled later on, and that, the entire back story. After that, this fleet that got cancelled stayed there on our name for quite some time till the issue was resolved. Usme se, some of the aircraft came back to us as EDA aircraft to us about somewhere around 2015 or so, or maybe a little earlier. In fact, a little earlier. This was an ex-EDA tranche that we received. Then we have some aircraft of the first that we procured, got it upgraded to through an MLU program with the industry engagement, and this upgrade was done by the Turkish aircraft industries. Of course, we had a contract with
There is an overhauling facility.
Not only overhauling, upgrade of the entire fleet, a structural upgrade, because the American aircraft industries that they produce aircraft, they do not have a concept of overhauls. They have a concept of upgrades, modular concept.
True.
So engine as well as they upgrade it periodically. So like the F-16 fleet, the aircraft has never gone back to a factory for an overhaul, but it has gone for upgrade, and at that upgrade ke baad, they give you another lifespan of the aircraft. So it is so that first batch that we purchased in 80s, that was upgraded to us through an MLU program.
True.
Then it increased the weapon carriage capability and some other aircraft. The radar was changed. Then we also have some numbers that we got it from Jordan, again through the same route that is with us. So we have what, I think, if my memory is correct, I'm 70-75 aircraft total. So
after this 2006 induction,
6 के बाद एक ये जॉर्डन से भी हमारे पास एक पैकेज
we got huge from Jordan.
वो उन्होंने फेज आउट किए थे, we had it's block 15 again, वो जो पहले वाला उसी configuration,
it's same series
configuration. So all this means such a large fleet has a requirement to stay abreast the latest technologies in terms of operational capability, in terms of logistic support, and in terms of technical know-how. So therefore, the capability upgrades and logistic support are essential for the fleet. So and another upgrade is absolutely essential, that the life must go on, the fleet through an upgrade. So what are we getting? So now with this
under this plan, what are we getting? Exactly, this is important thing.
Under this plan, for this fleet, what are we getting? So I'll go to this aspect. We are getting some operational upgrade.
Operational upgrade, which is extremely important.
The statement, you may have read the US State Department statement. It says that the data link.
Data link 6.
Data link 6.
What is it?
As per the newspaper figure, we buying bought 92 sets of data link. Now, data link we have on the fleet. This will be a later version of the fleet.
This data link 6.
Yeah. it has an earlier Data Link 16. So इसकी later version जो आपके पास आ जाएगी. So you know the application of data link that we saw in the recent conflict with India. It was all data link war.
It was all data link war. It's so entire war is because of latest data link.
Yeah, because data link, in simple words, what does it do? Data link without talking passes information from one side to the other side. And you can switch targets. So you can fire a missile without a radar. Because
firing missile without radar.
Because the other aircraft passes you the information. Ground radar passes you the information. Airborne intercept radars as well as the surveillance radars can pass you the information. So data link has become a mandatory element of tactical war. That's this one. So therefore, operationally, this fleet will get this better advantage. The second advantage is the fleet that will go through upgrade will get enhanced life.
Enhanced life.
So probably
up to next 40 years, is it true that...
no, upgrades generally do not last for 40 years. Upgrades generally last for
20 years.
So I think, if I remember, I was reading it yesterday, I think 2040 tak ye
2040. Up to 2040.
Achha, the third advantage that we'll get is, most of the fleet will get in the same configuration.
This is amazing.
Right? So similar configuration, not same, similar configuration. That would mean a now larger fleet will have same logistics chain that we follow. So different configuration. So एक large, अब ये cohesive system होगा with tactical advantages of the technology. Then the technology advantage is that when the fleet gets better technology, is the tactical employment will improve. Right?
Technical employment of the aircraft.
Tactical employment will improve. It will become more accurate. It will be more aggressive. You will be able to employ it in a more dynamic fashion. So, as you have heard this multi-domain operation, so it will become part of, earlier on, the F-16 fleet, because of the technological induction in the region, was getting retarded because of the being old. Now it will get up to the mark there again. So the mission effectiveness will increase. Technology-wise, you will be better off, and the fleet will get upgrade, and the life enhancement will be. And the other now I'll come to the application of this. As per the statement, what is their objective to do it? It's very important. What is their objective in this? Their objective is, if I take you back to our May 6 conflict with India. Before that, the US Indo-Pacific strategy declared by President Obama, I think in 2011, had a very clear objective: containment of China.
China, exactly.
And have the Indo-Pacific environment under control. All the countries were offered something here and there. And we were being left out of that. Despite the time passed, many times, a lot of think tanks talked about it, but we were never included into it. Because India would not let us.
India was on the forefront of that policy.
India was leading the...
Exactly, it was leading.
So they were basing their entire plan of containing China on India.
The Americans, exactly.
The Americans. The Indo-Pacific strategy ka center of gravity, other factor was India. And therefore the technology flow to India was much faster. If you recall, when President Bush came in General President Bush's time, I think it was...
Few hours in Pakistan and 5 days in India.
You know what he said? No, India में जाके वो उसने nuclear agreement किया.
Exactly.
पाकिस्तान में उसमें statement दी, आपके floods आए हुए थे, and we were the angels of mercy, this helicopter and delivery of few
few pennies.
Not pennies. He was talking of this helicopter, the big helicopter that they have, I'm forgetting its name, calling it Angel of Mercy. That is, delivering to the people who are stranded because of floods. So this was the relationship.
Imbalance.
So what has happened now? Because of Bunyan and Marshal, our success of our air power employment strategy has actually punctured this Indo-Pacific strategy. Because the Americans have been made to think we've been investing on somebody who's not worth it.
This is amazing.
So they have actually changed the thought process. Therefore, now they will, okay, look, these people have beaten a larger air force based on technology that they never respected. Chinese technology was never respected. So they
never tested.
We knew it, but they had never respected it.
Exactly.
They always
Westerns,
heard,
exactly.
So what happens now? So with the punctured Indo-Pacific strategy, their hopes on India going down, they must engage Pakistan. Otherwise, Pakistan will shift towards, again, more tilt towards China. If you don't give them technology, they will get it from China.
Exactly.
So this is the geopolitical angle of this entire aspect.
This entire deal that Americans are now giving us,
so
that rely on us.
They say, we want to engage Pakistan. We want to ensure interoperability. Interoperability is engagement of Pakistan Air Force into international exercises with them. So they support you so that they stay engaged with you.
So Pakistan will be net security provider then?
No, not to that level. That I'll coming to it.
Okay.
That I'll coming to. It will not upset the balance of power. Why?
Which thing?
Balance of power means there is no extraordinary effort coming into this. Okay. Let's say if you were to say, okay, they give you a 300-kilometer missile, they'll change the balance. Same aircraft, upgraded facilities will not change the balance of power.
Balance of power will remain same.
But effectiveness of the F-16 will increase.
Extraordinarily. True.
Our engagement with US industry will be enhanced. We'll be better now positioned to talk to them and get technical advantages that we've been getting when we engage with the industry. So therefore, one, geopolitics has compelled geopolitical change that occurred because of our performance in the War of May and Indian Air Force getting defeated has given constraints to the United States to engage us.
So we have multiple fighter aircrafts. You have been associated for more than 40 years with this Pakistan Air Force, then JF Thunder 17 and J-10C and Mirage and whatnot. So why we are still relying on F-16 despite these all latest version of Thunder 17 and then J-10C? Yes.
Actually, I'll tell you one thing. Please look at the subcontinent. We are at least 2.5 times smaller than the Indian Air Force. This is a recognized fact. Numbers are known to everybody. We don't. Why are we relying? Now, replacement of an aircraft in this age is not easy. The world
replacement of the aircraft at this time is not easy. Rather, upgradation is possible.
President Trump कहते हैं 100 million aircraft got shot down. So, if you have the package deal of 36 aircraft is $10 billion. So, such our weaker economies can't afford these things. So, therefore, upgrade is the best option. So that you avoid obsolescence of the fleet.
True.
So, आपका ये 70-75 aircraft का fleet है, it'll be usable to you for another 15-20 years. So, आप fleet की operational capability का bridge जो था वो आगे चला गया rather than phasing out now, it'll now go up 15 years. ये इसलिए अब look at the Indian Air Force. Indian Air Force was a 43 squadron Air Force. It has gone down to 29. कैसे? Because they don't have replacement of aircraft.
They don't have replacement.
They started Teja program for replacement of the old fleet.
True.
The Teja has failed, so therefore they can't.
Teja was indigenous Indian made, exactly.
So they don't have an aircraft to replace the MiG-21 fleet, which is what, 700 aircraft. So it's a and
it crashed in the Dubai Air Show,
right? So
markets crashed exactly.
So the replacement is not easy. It's sequential or transitional engagement of the industry for producing or procuring or upgrading the aircraft. So कुछ खरीद ले, कुछ upgrade कर ले, और कुछ को अगले फेज में ले जाए, ये एक इकोनॉमी के ऊपर वो लोड कम पड़ता है. That's the whole thing.
So, Marshal, Farhat Hussain Khan Sahab, we have seen after Marka Haq, another front open against us from the western border, from the western front, and which was extremely unfortunate and strongly condemned, unprovoked attack from militants along with the Afghan Taliban jointly attacked, and then Pakistan gave a befitting response. So currently we are facing, of course, this challenge from the western border. And F-16 have been used over the last many years while fighting terrorism in erstwhile tribal areas. So how effective would be upgradation of these fighter aircrafts in our war against terror, which is continuing exactly because third threat is still there?
Yeah. Actually, Farhat, first of all, I think it is very unfortunate that we have this problem on our West, which is a neighbor in a Muslim country. It should not have happened.
It should not have happened.
This one. And we need to come to some solution. They have to move forward and move back from the stance that they followed.
True.
But this is just a diplomatic aspect of it.
True.
But as far as this engagement on this border is concerned, Afghanistan doesn't have an air force.
Afghanistan doesn't
have an air force, right? Small and capability here and there, doesn't have an air force. So we have an overwhelming
superiority on
over them. So we have a number of choices in this case. We have F-16 is one option. We have the JF-17, we have the other aircraft, and we have the unmanned fleet. So our options,
state of the art.
Our options on the Western Front
are much larger and bigger.
So so we really do not have a problem on this side. But earlier, the better we and Afghanistan resolve it to that level. And we should not get to a stage where we have to get into very serious air strikes because then there are collaterals of these activities. So I think, I hope just that the way it is proceeding and with some of the Muslim countries trying to mediate, we should overcome this. But we are strong enough to handle any situation that comes.
So ultimately, if these fighter jets F-16 are upgraded, this will continue to be used against any cross-border terrorism incident or any safe havens of the terrorists, because these were used in North and South Waziristan in the past.
Like I told you, we used it because at that time this was the only option.
This was the only option. F-16 was the only option.
Also. Now we have other option also. And I only want to tell you that our industry has grown in the last 20 years.
Pakistani industry.
Yes. So we have indigenization campaign. We have indigenous options. JF-17 is one option that we all know it. And so we have multiple options now. Yes, this is one of the options. So therefore,
we are relying on these.
We will rely on the most suitable option, cost-effective solution. Cost-effective solution. F-16 having upgraded, having this capability is definitely a good option for these areas because it's a highly maneuverable aircraft. It can maneuver in lesser space. So yes, it could be used on this. But like I said, we have other options also. So
in the past, you have been appearing at our talk shows during 6th and 7th of May, and first time you disclosed that J-10C fighter jets as PL-15 missiles. But in the aftermath of this great success achieved by Pakistan against India, still since May, we are continuously listening threatening and provocative statements from both Indian political leadership, Indian military leadership, and quite recently, Indian External Affairs Minister Jay Shankar hit at our Pakistan army that we have a threat from them. We will snatch Azad Kashmir, we will attack again. So how do you see this threat perception against Pakistan from India and Pakistan's capability now, which is restructured and redefined with the Defense Forces headquarters? So your comments, please.
Sir, actually...
Indian threats.
I'll comment on the Indian threat. First of all, let's put it totally clearly political and military level. Like I said, their entire concept of controlling Asia has gone for 6. Okay?
Punctured.
So what they are saying now is a political public consumption statement. Cover up. It is a public consumption to raise the morale. No, we are not that bad.
And cover up the embarrassment.
It is or kuch nahi hai. Or matlab,
They may not be in a position now to
No, they
face.
cannot be in a position to now. When you get defeated in that classical format.
Wow. Classical format.
Classical format. It is being studied by international think tanks as a textbook example.
Amazing. This 10th
Pakistan success. I read one of the study by one of the, I think, Thailand think tank. The subject of research was how could a smaller air force defeat much larger air force with a total surprise and achieve total air superiority. So I don't think they have. Yes, we are prepared for it. Definitely, we never let our guard down, right? But can they attack? Yes, they can. Possibility is always there, but we are ready for it.
But we are ready and prepared.
But these statements at the game, these are, to my understanding,
political and military level.
More of political than military level. Because if an Air Force, look at them. They had Su-30, they had Mirage 2000, and they had Teja, and they had Rafale. 4 main fighters, mainstream.
State of the art.
State of the art. Each one equipped with BVR missile. But their employability was extremely poor. I don't want to undergrade Rafale. Rafale is a very good platform. In fact, J-10 and Rafale are equivalent in terms of performance. It is the pilotability and application of commanders in the PF side which surprised them.
So what is then?
Yeah.
Is it technology or human?
2 things combined.
2 things.
The PL-15 was a surprise. They never expected that. Let me explain you.
PL-15 missile was a surprise.
Let me explain you. And that should add you, give you a lot of satisfaction over your own Air Force. J-10 was inducted in March 22. And May 24-5 is 3 years.
3 years, exactly.
When the aircraft came, our pilots had 0 experience on it.
When aircraft came?
Because COVID tha.
Exactly. There were travel restrictions.
You could not send them, do much of interaction. In fact, during COVID, it's an online contract. We could not even interact with these people. So,
online negotiation, online contract.
3 years, where did we reach from this almost a 0 experience to this? Sir, fighting at night.
Fighting at night.
Even flying at night is a big challenge. Fighting with missile firing beyond visual range. And then for 1 hour staying in constant engagement.
That is an extraordinary and amazing.
It is a textbook example for people who want to
study. So it's the brains behind the machine.
It is technology that surprised them. And our commander, who was the most aggressive commander that I've ever seen, and
the Grand Air Chief Marshal,
he kept the plans to his heart and only exploded on this. Knowing him, I think there were 2 factors that let us give us the honor of being an Air Force and a country to defeat a much larger country in war. I think the 2 factors that played the role, Shayla, I may have earlier mentioned it to you, is the technological advantage of the PL-15, commander's plan, and of course the courage and bravery of our pilots and the engineers and all these Air Force air warriors. These 3 factors have made all this happen.
So, of course, this United States administration is giving this technical assistance, and of course, these all spare parts worth this huge deal, $686 million US. But this is, as you said, there was no other option but at least from US to engage Pakistan in technical upgradation. How the rest
One of the options.
How the rest of the world is looking at Pakistan's defense power. After that Mark-e-Haq, we have seen Saudi Arabia and Pakistan signed an historical pact. So how the rest of the world, including Europeans, non-European Arab worlds mainly, how they are looking at Pakistan's defense capability and expressing some interest to engage with Pakistan?
Let me just tell you one thing.
Please.
Before May war, what was our relationship with the United States? And
With the United States.
And the Middle East. Right? Middle Eastern air power commanders,
Was basically
they always
American.
thought themselves very high. They have F-15, they have F-16, they have Rafales, they have Mirage 2000.
But despite that, Qatar was attacked by Israel.
So,
And Qatar has the latest defense technology.
It is not the weapon system. It is not it is employment of the weapon system that. So what has changed them is, look, these people are thinking minds. Employment is all thinking minds.
So this is what Pakistan Air Force is thinking minds.
Thinking minds. Not
continuous.
And based, you see, this employment is based on knowledge. Knowledge-based employment makes you good commander and good fighter pilot and good engineer. So therefore, this is one example. The US, if you recall, the United States invited a few years after the war to go there. He was invited by the Chinese to come and explain what is the multi-domain war. And same is the case with the other countries. A lot of countries have requested the air chief, please give us some slots for training. Number of air forces are requesting training slots in Pakistan. So now we are at a different stage of technology. And our stature as an effective air force has been strengthened through this. And our dealing with, obviously, all the air forces then comes to that level.
So we are moving to the last segment of the program. How you see this restructuring of three armed forces of Pakistan and this integration under Defense Forces Headquarters, and of course on the top of it, Chief of Defense Forces have been appointed. What is the message as far as all regional countries are concerned, and particularly regional security environment? What impact this new integration under this Defense Forces Headquarters made by Pakistan?
But actually, at this stage, it is only policy level decision implemented at the highest level. How does it roll downwards and come up
in future
as a model will come when the rules are formed, right? But one thing is very clear. Yes, I don't think we lacked that much in our coordination, but of course there were gaps, right? That got filled in this exercise, in this Markevaka. So I hope and pray all the decisions are sensible, keeping in mind the ground reality. Ground reality is, it's a time for a stronger air power. So therefore, the independence of the services should not suffer.
That the CDF has made it clear. He has made it clear.
Coordination is welcome. Joint Services Headquarters had some shortfalls. Okay, those will, but it should never happen that because the PF psyche comes from the cockpit. PF psyche is totally different from the other services. Cockpit. And PF it's a tradition to differ with each other.
To differ with each other.
Yes, it's a tradition because you don't learn from each other. And sometimes you'll feel the senior-most person, squadron commander, being criticized by the junior pilot. Sir, no, aapki seni theek nahi thi. Your bomb drop was not correct. These are the errors. If he doesn't debrief his this gentleman who has been detailed to assess him, so what will happen? So he'll be checked. Why did you not find out my faults? So he's supposed to check the technical faults of his superiors sometimes. And this, when done it for 20 years, it creates a terrible kind of an understanding with each other. It's
this
a bond.
new structure.
It's a bond. This comes from the cockpit.
This comes from the cockpit.
Cockpit. So cockpit culture is different than the tank culture and the ship culture. The individual cultures must progress as they are progressing, and we must integrate with keeping in mind the importance of the service or the weapon system as per the prevailing. Now, for instance, 2 years back, who could think that important role of air power? Who could think that, larger chunk is non-kinetic? Non-kinetic, what we've done in non-kinetic, it has been a force multiplier.
Force multiplier. So geopolitical. Geopolitical, as you said, United States is closer to Pakistan. Pakistan, US are getting closer in defense security cooperation. So will it be possible for Pakistan to maintain same balance with Beijing, because it was all Beijing equipment, cooperation and everything. So we have a big challenge, relations with Washington and relations with Beijing.
Sir, we need to learn lesson from the history.
From the history.
From the history. If there is a country that has stood by us, it is China.
At any difficult time.
Any difficult time. Look at, हमने तो after spending 50 years in the Air Force, all has. So we have no choice but to strengthen our relationship with China, because it is an all-weather friend that cannot be, the friendship cannot be, the guard cannot be lowered. That is one. Yes, we as a peace-loving country, we must have good relations with all the countries.
Western countries and
all the countries. I'm in favor of this. Even the neighbors, we should get to that level wherever we can reduce. Because reducing the threat through diplomatic means आपके resources being spent on defense will be available for that development.
Exactly.
So first element of the defense is reducing the threat. Through foreign affairs, through diplomacy, through friendship.
Diplomacy.
So we should be
engaged.
We should have
diplomacy.
Multi-domain strategy, lead, strengthen our relationship with Chinese, keep the balance with the United States, and move forward with other countries also to the level that we can to reduce the threat and diffuse internal as well as external forces that are working against us.
Last sentence only. Of course, other than Afghanistan, this terrorism is continuing. Whether it comes from Afghanistan, then there are also hideouts within the border areas. There is no doubt. So, how Pakistan's armed forces will be able to eliminate this scourge of this terrorism?
Sir, terrorism has multiple dimensions. एक तो डायरेक्ट टेररिज्म है, एक इनडायरेक्ट टेररिज्म भी होता है, पोल्यूटिंग द सोसाइटी, हाइब्रिड वॉरफेयर, इकोनॉमिक
poisoning the brains and minds.
Right. So therefore, while we need to, we have a very strong element of armed forces.
True.
So elements of national power, military is one and a very strong element. But the other elements of national power, like for instance, education system has to improve so that we start to absorb our people, but the next generation somewhere in the education field, get them educated, do well for society, rather than not having. So our education must improve, our economy must improve, our diplomacy must improve.
Diplomacy must be
again,
improved.
just relying everything on military is not right. Military is a strong element of national power. Definitely, it adds to the national security, but national security is not about the hardcore national security. The other element of national security also have to be kept in mind to have an overall national security.
Mainly diplomacy.
Security की definition बड़ी simple है. Absence of threat.
Absence of
So
threat.
आपकी तो population threat है आपके लिए.
This is very, very important point you are making. So
आपकी तो lack of education system आपकी threat
exactly,
है.
we need to spend a lot on education.
You need to conceptually take up the issue of national security, not only hardcore, the softer elements. There are our people. So sometimes, innocently, we change their mind towards the extremism. That factor, if kept in mind, will help us reduce the terrorism.
Thank you so much indeed, Air Marshal Retired Farhat Hussain Khan, for very insightful conversation on threat perception and particularly this technical assistance from United States of America to upgrade Pakistan's oldest fighter jets F-16, which are originally United States made, and how it will help Pakistan in maintaining its air power. And number of other aspects and issues you have highlighted along with that, despite your busy schedule. Thank you so much for joining our program. And dear viewers, till our next program, goodbye and Khuda Hafiz.